encouragement sometimes. They are indeed Harris hawks. As such, they are typical raptors. What that means is that they have physical features that make them very different from other predatory birds. Something else like perhaps a pelican, a stork, kingfishers, even purple martins. Did you get a good look? This is an interactive program, but a suggestion, next time the bird flies overhead, you may not want to look up and say, whoa! They're trained, they're not housebroken. Well, you think I'm kidding? But again, they are typical raptors. They have traits that make them quite a bit different. Now, for example, the kookaburra will use its beak to catch its food. Jinx, right down here, Jinx. However, raptors use their feet. On the end of their toes are claws called talons. That is their weapons. They will use those feet to grab on and hold on to exceptionally large prey. And each of these birds only weighs about 1.5 pounds, yet they are quite capable of catching something as large as an 8 or 9 pound jackrabbit for dinner. That is impressive considering their size, but if they were to catch something that large, it would be far too heavy to fly away with, and certainly too big to swallow whole. So they must be able to rip their food into bite-sized pieces. You may notice their beaks sort of hooked and curved downwards. You might even say, designed for ripping and tearing, allowing them to eat quickly and efficiently, so they're able to eat mass amounts of food in a short amount of time. Their most impressive trait, however, is probably their eyesight. For each of these birds, back here, Tango. Each of these birds can see at least 4 to 8 times better than you and I can. That means that they can spot their prey from about 1 mile away and even tell what color it was, for raptors do see in color. In fact, my insurance agent would have a heart attack. From my point of view, it looked like the audience just did the inverse wave. I should warn everyone, if you duck, they'll only fly lower. I forgot where I was going with that, but they have amazing eyesight. Each of these birds can see at least 4 to 8 times better than you and I can. That means they could spot something like a rabbit from about 1 mile away and even tell what color it was, for raptors do see in color. In fact, we believe a wider range of color than you and I see in, possibly even infrared and ultraviolet lights as well. So all these traits let them do one thing incredibly well, and that is hunt. Behind you, Victor. Birds. And in the wild, they may hunt for prey as large as jackrabbits to animals as small as mice and lizards. But because they are found in the desert, it is not uncommon for a Harris hawk to catch rattlesnakes. That is impressive prey, for you may only make a mistake once. That's right. But because they are so very good at hunting, falconers for more than 5,000 years have employed the services of raptors, such as hawks, falcons, even eagles, to do that job of hunting. And you must remember that this started long before the invention of items like the rifle. It was not only an efficient means of catching game, but a very sporting one as well. And falconry has been referred to as the sport of kings, for nobles all over Europe and Asia would host grand hunts to show off their raptors, and only the nobility were allowed to keep the most prestigious of birds. The most incredible part is that very little has changed in the art or sport of falconry in that 5,000-year time period. We still use the very same training techniques of positive reinforcement, or the act of giving the bird a food reward every time they do a behavior we desire. But we also use the same equipment. For example, the leather glove you see upon my hand, it protects me from their powerful feet and sharp talons. So this way, I can handle them safely. But you may have also noticed the leather straps upon their ankles. They're known as jesses. They work sort of like a leash and collar on a dog. Allows us to gain control of our bird should we need to. And also, Jinx, for example. Did you get that picture, sir? You did? You have a picture of the last thing a mouse sees before it dies. Again, the bells allow us to locate our bird even if it chases game in the forest. We can no longer see it. And, you know, I have been bragging on their hunting skill. So what do you say? Would you like to see them hunt? Oh, a bloodthirsty audience. I love it. In that case, let's all go to the petting zoo. No. Yeah! Wow, you really are bloodthirsty. What are you doing down there? Get up here. It's not noble on the ground like a chicken. Now, I have an idea, a better idea, less violent one than the petting zoo. I have their favorite food right here in my pouch, and we call it Mises Pieces. Wow, you aren't nearly as impressed by that, are you? Actually, it's just a cut up piece of chicken. But my idea is to throw a piece of food in the air and see if one of these birds can catch it in midair. So what do you say? Should we give this a try? Sure, let's just throw food in the air with 2 hawks out. What could possibly go wrong? Actually, just to make sure we avoid a midair squabble, we're going to go ahead and send one of the birds home. So tell you what, Tango, I want you to stay out. So Jinx, fly back to Victor for me. Not Tango. Behind you, Tango. Up on top, up top. Or on the perch, that works, okay. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and see if Jinx will fly all the way home for us. And you better open the door quick, Aiden. There we go, Jinx! You don't just stand there. You can learn the hard way if you want. I just thought I'd save you, but that worked. Now, what I'm going to do is throw this piece of food in the air and see if Tango can catch it. And if he does, will you be impressed? Yes! So will I. No, you're jumping the gun, Tango. All right, now to the back. Now keep your eye on the birdie because this will go quick. All right, Tango, are you ready? Here we go. Tango, behind you. Oh, well done! Excellent catch. That was a horrible throw on my part. I just saw it flying out to the audience. But I'm not ashamed to admit, though, it's birds like that that make me look good. But as you can see, it's exciting to watch him catch just food thrown in the air. Think about how exciting it might be to watch them hunt. For that reason, falconry has remained so very popular throughout the ages. It is time to send Tango home as well. So, Tango, why don't you fly back to Victor? Get ready, mate. We'll see if he'll go home as well. Tango, go home! Huh? That's not home. Let's try that one more time, Tango. All right, to the back, Tango. Hup. Tango, to the back, all right. Here we go. One more try. All right, Tango. Tango, go home. Hup, hup, hup. There we go, Tango, the Harris hog. Not bad. Let's see, so far the birds I've shared